Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel, Just One More Bag 01, where luxury meets lifestyle. If you are obsessed with designer bags, like luxury items, enjoy traveling, or just want to get a glimpse of my Yorkie Winston, you are in the right place. Each week I put out videos on Wednesday and Saturday talking about what's going on in the handbag community. I share my personal collection, I do what fits in my bag, and all kinds of fun things that are handbag related. If that is something that interests you, I ask you to please consider subscribing to my channel, as I am working hard towards my first goal of 1,000 subscribers. Today, I am excited to share a review with you on my Hermès Garden Party 30. I absolutely love this bag, and I have used it for 1 month straight. Now, a lot of you probably hear that and you're like, a month, Mandy? But when you have a lot of handbags and you're trying to rotate through your collection, using one bag for a month is a long time. I'd say generally I'm using my bags for a week or less. And I gotta be honest, sometimes it's a pain always switching over your bag, and I'm like, oh, just annoyed by it. But this bag, I didn't want to swap out. I literally just decided to swap out of it today, and it's purely because we're going to have some bad weather coming. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of the bag. The pro, I love it. No, I'm just joking. I do love it, but that's not a pro. The pros, I absolutely love the leather. This is Naganda leather. That's what my sales associate shared with me, and I wanted to just kind of get a close-up to show you the leather detail and graining of the bag. I love the color. This is a taupe, and it does have the white stitching on the bag, which I think is a really nice accent to it. I really like the design of this bag. I think that it is a simple, elegant design. And for me personally, I feel that it's a bag that I can take from day to night. So the bag does not zip. It does have a snap button closure right here. So it does have a good amount of securement. These sides also have the snap buttons. So you can wear it open, or you can have it closed like I just showed you. So obviously when you have it open, it does extend the room that you have for the bag. However, personally for me, I have been wearing it with the sides closed the whole time. I have not really snapped the top of it closed, but being that it just kind of closes a lot and it is a top handle bag only, you know, I haven't had any concerns with security for my bag or anything falling out. I like that the bag, you know, like I was saying, it's a simple, elegant design. It's more of a quiet luxury. Really, the only logo or naming is here on the button. It does say Hermès. Not sure if you guys can see that, but that's really the only branding on this bag. So it's only an if you know, you know type of bag. And honestly, I don't really know how many people were aware that I was carrying an Hermès bag outside of when I'm in Louis Vuitton and Hermès, quite frankly, which is fine with me. I really like it. The one thing about this leather on the bag, though, that I would say is a negative for me, I had been very, very nervous and afraid of the weather. You know, it was raining one day and I was like, holy crap, what am I going to do? I unzipped my jacket. I shoved my bag in my jacket, zipped it up, ran in the house. I also am carrying around a freaking bag from the grocery store as like a fail safe if it does rain, to shove my bag in it and keep it secure. So that, I would say, is the one negative that I have been afraid of. You know, I was trying to look online, like what happens if you get it wet. And, you know, it was really saying that it can be color dependent. It was saying that this type of leather is made to kind of hold up, but I don't know. I don't necessarily trust that. I'm afraid of getting like water spots or markings on the bag from the weather. So I've been fortunate and haven't had to risk it, but that is definitely the one negative I would say. The other thing, I do wish that the bag had feet just to kind of help have it stand up, be a little safer, not really having to worry about the bottom of the bag getting dirty. I would change that if I had the option. This 30 design, so when you're talking about the sizes, there's a 23, a 30, and a 36. And those dimensions are for the bottom length of the bag. I did purchase an organizer for this bag, and I just got it off of Amazon. It was like $30, and it's great. If you do not use it, the bag does have one zip pocket here, and it's a very long one, and then it's just open. The bottom of the bag is just the Naganda leather, and it has the white stitching on it, and then everything else would kind of be flopping around. Again, this is just my organizer that I have, and that had worked out greatly. Gives the bag a little bit of stability. You know, the bag does really hold its shape well. It has a little slouch, I would say, but not crazy. It is pretty structured. It's going to hold its shape. So if that's something that matters to you, it definitely will. I love that it has plenty of room with the handle, again on the 30 size. I can get it, you know, definitely at the crook of my arm, no issue at all. You probably could get it right on your shoulder, but it's not meant to be worn that way, and you're not really going to wear it that way. But could you slide it up there? Yes, you could. But again, you're not going to wear it as a shoulder bag. For me, it's just been great. Like I said, I'm wearing it all day, every day for a month straight. It's a big deal. My husband's probably sick of me because I'm like, husband, did you see the garden party? Do you love the garden party? And he's like, yes, Mandy, I love the garden party. It's great. I can't stop staring at it. You know, I think if I'm thinking of my Hermès bags, you know, I was thinking like which one would be my favorite, and I think it is the garden party. I actually was recently at a secondhand shop near us, and I saw that they had the 23, and it was in the canvas, not the leather. And I was thinking that, you know, that probably would be my next addition for the Hermès bag. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I feel I kind of am at purse piece though with Hermès right now, so I'm not looking to add anything. If I had something to change though about this bag, I think that I would have gotten a canvas bag instead of the leather, only because I've been so afraid to use it in the different weather climates, and I don't really love having to worry about that. I do find that a bit annoying, and I think with the canvas I'd be able to be more carefree if it gets wet, where this I'm not. However, that hasn't stopped me from using it, but I would say that's something to consider. The other thing with that is that the canvas bag is at a much lower price point, like a couple $1,000s cheaper. So something else to keep in mind when you're considering which bag you may want in the future. I did put a little twilly on here. You know, I was worried, like if I don't put anything on the handles, will that get it dirty? Will I have oil and things transferring? You know, again, 30 days of use, and I don't have any markings on here. No concerns. However, if you like the twillies on there, it will just be added protection for you. But for me, I wanted something different because I have the twillies on my Picotin handles, and I didn't just want it to look the same. So my essay helped me put the bow on, and I just loved the look of that. I thought it was just a nice little touch. Again, I kind of wanted this bag to be a little bit understated, a little more classic. For me, is the look I was kind of going for here. I did have my rodeo charm on here as well. I took that off for a little bit. You know, again, I thought the twilly was enough. I didn't want to overdo it. It looked cute. I think I'm going to leave my rodeo on the Picotin. I do have a Pegasus that I haven't used yet in the gray. So I might try putting that on here at some point too and see how that looks. I hope that this review helped you a little bit if you were considering the bag, you know, looking at what some of the positives, some of the negatives could potentially be about the bag. But, you know, something that's a positive or a negative for me might be the opposite for you, as there's all different things that each of us look for in a bag. But I hope that this did help you maybe make a decision if it's something you were considering. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping over and spending some time with me today. If there was anything that you enjoyed in my video, I ask you to please like it, and again, consider subscribing to my channel to keep up with me. All right, guys, thanks again. Remember, no matter what, there's always room for just one more bag. I'll see you soon. Bye.